does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home,
I just sold my car.
on your phone,
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Ready to go with game number 4, last game of the second day here at Dakota Arena. And a good matchup tonight. The Edina Hornets 8-3 taking on the St. Thomas Academy Cadets 9-2-1. For Edina, in goal to our left, Chase Bjorgard, 12 goals on 130 shots, goals against 2.4, 90.8 save percentage, no shutouts. And for St. Thomas Academy, Owen Ryan, 6-2-1, 10 goals on 242 shots, goals against is a .09. Save percentage 95.9%. He's got 3 shutouts. St. Thomas Academy is a team with 5 shutouts already, and they've only played 12 games, so that's something that would probably warm your heart, Olivia King.
Yes, sir. I'm super excited to watch this St. Thomas Academy goaltender. You know, a freshman goaltender who I've heard plenty of good things about, and he did not get the start yesterday, so I'm excited to see him tonight.
Well, Jackson Crary, no slouch either. He's got 2 shutouts and 3 starts, so it's not bad. We're underway here at Dakota Arena. Jeff Pappas with you and with Olivia, and again, glad to have you here. How'd your interview go after the last game?
Oh, it went well. It's easy for me to talk to a Moorhead Spud as a Brainerd girl.
Well, it's probably easier to talk to a player that's just won a hockey game, too. I would think.
Oh, exactly.
It probably would be a little bit easier, but I've been wrong before. Edina controls. Sam Peckham from the faceoff plays it in over the line, and here's Tucker Johnson. Backhanded centering pass comes all the way through, and they try to find Bodie McConnell. All he did was score 4 goals last night in Edina's victory, and we're getting an icing call against the Cadets. We go back with 26 seconds gone here in the first period. And a victory 6-3 over Holy Angels, and Bodie McConnell, 4 goals now, giving him 22 on the season. To go along with 8 assists for 30 points, ties him with Tucker Johnson for the team lead. From the faceoff, boy, a shot got past Ryan and dribbled wide from who else but McConnell. And now behind the net, Cadets play to the far side, and Cole Brownshausen, 32 points himself over the line. And Will Mikan cuts for the net, and the pass doesn't reach him as Peckham takes care of his man. Now off the boards, Brownhausen centers, on an open side, and McKinnon missed a great opportunity as the puck is shot in. So both teams come close here in the opening minute of play.
An exciting start to this game, and just like you said, you know, that St. Thomas Academy, you know, goalie had got a little bit of rocky situation, couldn't find the puck, and had a good chance, you know, for Edina there.
Well, the mental part of it, I imagine, is as important as the physical part. When, you know, if you're fighting the puck, for example, you know, that's got to be as hard as anything else. Now,
100%.
Please.
We've got a little bit of a situation in the corner here. Their helmets are connected. You don't see that often.
You do not. And that's probably a good thing, but
yeah, as a goalie, like we were saying, it's always, you know, important to be able to track those pucks and know exactly where they're at all times, and sometimes you lose track, just like, you know, what happened there.
That was a good save through traffic by Ryan. Now the puck in the near boards in the St. Thomas Academy zone, and now behind the net, And Tucker Johnson dealing with it, tries to center, and it comes to Becker Wenkus at the right point, and it goes over the glass and out of play. So we'll get a face-off. Edina in this event, let's see, tomorrow. That's what I got to figure out. They're not playing Moorhead in this event. They already played.
Edina plays Cretan tomorrow
Thank
at
you.
5 p.m.
Should be a good one. St. Thomas Academy and Moorhead kicks us off at noon tomorrow, which ought to be another terrific matchup. And now here come the Cadets down the near wing. And it's Reed Smith. Going to the corner. He's headed off. And now the Cadets get the puck to the near corner. Centering pass is picked off in the slot and fed over to the left for Jack Fitzgerald. And played at center. Down to the glove. And now a chance to come through. And we have a whistle. The net has come off. And Ben Vareka is in the net instead of the puck, and that's not how it's supposed to work. So we'll get a stoppage, 2:14 into the contest.
People who don't know hockey very well often ask me why the nets even move. And I always have to explain to people that if they didn't move, you know, we would have some issues. Maybe we would have some broken bones. So
Well, if anybody asks you why, have them Google Mark Howe, Gordy's son. Played for the Hartford Whalers, and back when they had the big, heavy metal posts, the net came off and he impaled his leg on one of those. And that was one of the reasons that they went to breakaway magnets. And Tony gives me a hard time because I call them magnets. Originally, the company that made them was called Magnets. But that's one reason why they did it.
Interesting.
To avoid really, really serious injuries from people hitting those old, large goal stanchions. Now, Mikan from the faceoff. Now played up the slot and picked up by the Hornets. Fitzgerald. Check that. McConnell over the line. Quick shot and a stick save by Ryan. And it goes over the glass and out of play.
good save by Ryan there to be able to get that whistle and use his stick to put the puck in the corner. That's a skill that, you know, as you get older is super important for goaltenders to be able to control those rebounds and put them up into the netting and get those whistles.
Might as well only have to deal with a shot once, right?
Exactly. Make your job easier.
Back in the near corner. And Sam Pekowski plays it up for the Cadets, and it comes to Mikan along the blue line, but he can't get out of the zone. Hornets hold. And now it's picked up, and they come off the wall. Tucker Johnson throws it in front for McConnell, and he's robbed by Ryan in front. And back comes St. Thomas Academy down the wing, and it's shot into the zone by Gus Olson and gloved by Chase Bjorgard. Of course, the multi-sport athlete at Edina.
Just won the state football tournament.
He did.
Not too long ago here.
The number one running back on that team. And I asked last night, so now I'll ask you, how good would this Edina team be if Mason West was on it?
Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable.
And, of course, he's off playing junior hockey, but what a force.
It
was the quarterback on that team, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Cadets control from the face-off, and that goes in the netting out of play off the stick of Reed Smith. Face-off comes to the left of the Edina goal. Brooks Suter out there now, and the face-off taken by Tucker Johnson against Luca Pedri. Comes to the right point, and the Cadets work to the far side as Murray goes after it. Now picked up by the Hornets, and they play out, and it's cleared all the way down the ice, and that will be icing on Edina. Of course, in the famous Kelly Green tonight, the white numerals.
Yesterday in Edina's matchup, they were very feisty.
Yes, they were.
And I'm not seeing as much of that, you know, here tonight in the first period, so maybe that's a good thing.
$15 penalties given out in yesterday's game against Holy Angels. It seemed like every time there was a whistle, there was somebody punching somebody else in the mush. And now it's picked up by Edina, and Becker Wenkus feeds the right, and it's going to come all the way back. And going back forward is Cody Kronberg, who scored his first goal of the season yesterday for St. Thomas Academy. Now off to the far side, and the Hornets will hold. Diagonal pass. Becker Wenkus takes a shot, and that goes off the defender Pekowski to the near side. And held in by Wenkus on the point. Now he circles around, and the high slot takes a shot. That's blocked, and it comes off to the far side, and they'll set up again. Brady Mullen was down the end line. That's picked off. And Olsen clears, but not out. Now it does come out to center, and Edina has to clear. Now they'll get a change, and Owen Ryan sets it up behind the goal. 12:46 to go, first period. Pass up the near wing boards, and it's too far for Beckett Ertl. And Edina turns that back. Over the line they come, and it's played ahead by Dylan Dubuque, number 5. Cleared around to the near side boards, and held at the right point by Miller Wenkus. And now played back to the far corner, and St. Thomas Academy will pick their way out to center. And it's hard to play when you have no stick, as they learned there. Now here comes McConnell in on the left. He takes a shot, and Ryan had the angle covered, and it went wide. Now the Cadets pick it up. Shots 3-1 for Edina here in the early going as the puck comes to center ice. Nate Williams plays it into the zone to the left of Bjorgard. After it there, Miller Wenkus feeds around to the left point. And now out to center, and here comes Edina. Fitzgerald, and he shoots it in. They're getting a change, so there goes Edina. And now behind the goal with 11:47 to go. And St. Thomas Academy out to the near side, and that one doesn't reach McKinnon. He has to come back for it. Forecheck by McConnell. Two number 1 lines out there against each other. And it's picked up by Peckham, plays it in over the line. And then Peckham lost his stick. And now down the wing, here comes Maverick McKinnon. And now Brownshausen. Sharp angled shot. Angle covered by Bjorgard, and now back to the left point. Olsen flattens, fires, glove catch by Chase Bjorgard.
A good save there by Chase Bjorgard. He, has good stats on the year and seems to be very calm and confident in the net tonight.
How important is the first puck to save for you?
I would say that honestly sets the tone for the whole game. And it makes, the rest of the game easier once you see one puck.
And do what you're supposed to with it.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully. My first varsity shot was a goal. That is something that my dad never lets me live down.
Well, your dad should support you a little.
Oh, he does.
I know, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course he does.
That's a funny one.
Yeah, years from now you look back on it and laugh, right? Here's Molman coming out for Edina. Pass to the left, and Brady Peterson plays it into the zone. It comes right back out, but it's offside anyway. So we're going to face off with 10:54 to go. It was a goal, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was a goal. And I was just an 8th grader. I was scared.
So you played varsity for?
Brainerd.
Yes, but for all the time you were there from 8th grade?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, we didn't even have a JV team my first year in 8th grade. So we were a small team, and we kind of built everything up until our senior year, went to the state tournament. So.
No, we don't see that often. I mean, and especially in this sport. I think the only 7th grader I can remember playing was Dylan Mills for Duluth East, and he wound up going on to play for the University of Minnesota. And he was being recruited by collegians as a 7th grader.
Oh, my goodness.
One of the most talented 7th graders I think I've ever seen.
Wow.
And played at Duluth East, and now over the line, here's McConnell shooting, and a stick save by Ryan off to the boards, and then McConnell pays the price as he's knocked in against the wall. Now picked up behind the net and centered, and hugging the post, Ryan will get a stoppage.
I'm very impressed by Ryan's placement of rebounds. He does a great job of trying to get everything into the corner and into the netting and getting those whistles like we talked about earlier.
Is there a secret to rebound control?
I would say it's just all about watching the puck, and watching the puck all the way in is the most important thing.
Well, we'll watch for that. And puck cleared up the near wing and now flipped in the air to center ice, and Murray tries to chase it down. Loose at neutral ice, and Edina, who's had more of the play so far, plays it into the zone. 10:18 to go in the first period. And now loose along the blue line and played out. Cadets get it. Murray to the right side for Pedri. Over the line, Olsen breaking, and he didn't see him. Shot deflected behind the net. Olsen goes behind for Murray. And now they'll chase it to the corner. Plays to the right point and then back down. And Pedri has it there. And he will sling it back behind the net looking for Andon Roy. And it comes around to the near side, left point, Olsen. And he will throw it across. And Pedri then takes a hit from McConnell and goes down. And now loose behind the net, Murray throws a hit. And it's back deep into the St. Thomas Academy zone. Edina is changing. And the Cadets will start back. Olsen having trouble. But there to carry on for him is Brody Cashill, played to center ice, and now turned around and shot back in by White for Edina. Alex White with a strong game last night in Edina's victory. Now played up the near boards and controlled, and here comes Bennett Knutson. And there goes Bennett Knutson as he lost possession at center ice. Shot back in rink wide, and Kronberg will take it behind the net for St. Thomas Academy. 9:10 to go, scoreless first period. Last game of the night here at Dakota Arena. Now cleared up the near side, and it will come to center ice. And overskated by numerous players there. It finally turned back by Peterson for Edina. Plays it deep into the zone. Kronberg in the left corner tries to wheel away, and now it's controlled by White. Played back down around behind the net. And it's Brady Peterson to the right side, and that's picked off, and the Cadets break out 3 against 4. And over the line they come, and really getting a rough ride around there was Lane Powers for St. Thomas Academy. And now played back into the Cadets zone. And back over to the near side for Kronberg. He and Charlie Kwaters defense pair for the Cadets tonight. And now played on in. And it will go rink wide in the Cadets end off the stick of Ben Vareka. And now up the near side, the Cadets will try again. Past the halfway point in the first period, they close in. And a long shot, no trouble there for Bjorgard off the stick of Brownshausen. 32 points for Cole Brownshausen, and now he is having a how-do-you-do with Becker Wenkus in front of the goal.
St. Thomas Academy is doing a good job of putting pucks on net, but most of their shots have been perimeter shots, and, you know, those are easy covers for goalies.
You could give him that shot all day, I think, and he'd be super happy.
Exactly.
Face off to the left of Bjorgard. And again, they're telling the wide wingers to stay out of the circle. Now picked up by the Hornets and played to center ice. Carey over the line, and that's Johnson. Back to the half boards. McConnell can't play it. Now St. Thomas Academy breaks out. And over the line they come. A pass to Mikan on the near side. Drop pass up the slot for Brownshausen. It couldn't connect. Out of the right point. It's picked up by Gus Olsen. He takes a shot. That's off the traffic. And now it leaks towards the right point again, and Olsen plays it towards the middle, but it comes out to center, and it's bouncing on Donne. And it's controlled finally by St. Thomas Academy, and they play in on the near side. Now here's Brownshausen cutting to the slot, and he can't get a shot away. And there, I think the perfect is the enemy of the good, as he had an opportunity, but tried to make it better and wound up losing the puck. Now played out to center, and the Cadets get control. Olsen on the near side, 7:18 to go in the period, no score. And picked up finally on the near side. Here is Roy. Andon Roy over the line for St. Thomas Academy. Shoots and didn't miss by much there. Now here's Tate Ertl at the right point, playing it right back behind the net. And Becker Wenkus turns around and now feeds the left side, and Edina will break out that way. Rink-wide pass to the near side for Ben Vareka, and he plays it in. And behind the net, set up by Ryan and cleared around to the near boards, and that will come out to center ice. And here is Miller Wenkus over to the far side. Now banked off the wall too far for McConnell, and comes all the way back deep into the St. Thomas Academy zone. Powers behind the goal with it. 6:39 to go. Feeds over to the far side. Near side now it comes for Olsen, and he has trouble with that. Does get it out to center ice, and now Roy feeds it over to the right, and they break in. Beckett Ertl. That is Pedri, 34, not 14. Cleared around to the near side. And Alex White for Edina starts out, and they have 2-on-2 with a trailer. Over the line they come, past to White on the near side, and he can't reach it. Goes back behind the net. Hornets looking to center. And up to the high slot it goes. Miller Wenkus feeds it across. There's a shot that goes wide of the net. And comes finally back to Wenkus at the right point. Flattens and fires, and it's loose, and Pedri clears. Under 6 minutes to go in the period, and now Dylan Dubuque back for it. Senior defenseman, 6 points on the year for Edina. Starts out and gets to center ice. Finally played on into the zone. And Ryan sets it up behind the net. Edina getting a change. And now the Cadets feed across to the right, and they will break in. Mikan, and he takes a shot, and Bjorgard with a split save, and we'll get a face-off 5:34 to go. Tell me the best save you ever made.
Oh, gosh. Any save I made with my glove, honestly. Those are the best feeling, you know?
Yeah. Well, I
can't I can't think of a specific save, but glove saves, they just make you feel good. There's no feeling quite like it.
That's the way they're on the hockey cards too, right? You know, you got the
Exactly.
glove
Just,
up like that.
just flash the leather.
Face off to the left of the Edina goal, and that will cost St. Thomas Academy its centerman in Mav McKinnon. And now McKinnon lost his edge and fell to his knees. Now gets back up and playing around behind on the near side. Here comes Edina. Pass to center. That's picked off. And coming back in, Brownshausen drops it. McKinnon tried to go back down, gets it back. He's on his backhand. He shoots, and Bjorgard makes the save. And now comes towards the left point. Olsen tries to hold and has to back out and then shoots it right back in. Bjorgard sets it up behind the net for Peckham. 5:09 to go in the period, and a giveaway there. And a nice play by McKinnon to play it to himself off the wall. And now Olsen at the left point. Tried to go through traffic. It's blocked, and it comes back into the St. Thomas Academy zone. Less than 5 minutes to go in the period, and it's Tate Ertl in the right corner. Behind the net for Olsen. Mikan on the near side. Middle outlet pass is broken. And here is Tate Ertl again. They try the middle again, and they shoot it all the way down the ice, as it turns out. And no icing as Brownshausen hustles and catches up to it. Now the Cadets battling 2 against 2. Now into the slot, and fanning on it was Beckett Ertl. Came across, and now here's McConnell for Edina. And he will wind things up and starts down the wing. Bodie McConnell over the line. And McConnell in deep, centers it, save made. And the puck comes right back to him, and alertly Ryan gets a glove on it and gets a stoppage. 4:16 now left in the opening period.
A good job by Edina to throw that puck on net. I think that's something that St. Thomas Academy is missing right now. They're trying to make their opportunities a little bit too pretty, while Edina can, try to get those greasy goals.
And here's a shot by Becker Wenkus that goes wide. Rebound, and getting over, Ryan makes the stop against Fitzgerald. Now it comes off the boards, and St. Thomas Academy feeds to the near side, and Beckett Ertl plays out to center, and trying to feed it through there was Oliver Marvin. And now to the near side. It comes to center ice, and finally picked up and then cleared back into the Edina zone by Kronberg. Was heading for the bench now on a change. And Becker Wenkus gets a rough ride there. Brooks Suter plays up the wing, and Edina breaks to center ice. Ben Varecka over the line, and it is centered. Ryan plays it. Made the save, I should say. Went off behind the net, and now Edina looking for control. They pick it up, and it's Brady Peterson behind the goal. He's got it. They're finishing a change. Centering pass intercepted. And here's Beckett Ertl at center ice, backhanding it ahead. And that'll allow the Cadets to get fresh legs out there. 3:15 to go in the period. Over the line, a pass now to the left. And here's Peterson. And it winds up behind the goal. Shots are 9-6 for Edina with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first period. And here's Alex White. And he goes down to the corner. And now it's a 4-car pile up there as the puck comes out. And it's picked up by Peterson. Played behind the net. And Edina buzzing here, if you'll pardon the expression. And here's Miller Wenkus shooting. And a save made by Owen Ryan. And now we get words exchanged in front of the goal. And we'll get a face-off with 2:50 to go.
A little bit of extracurricular in front of the net. Edina trying to screen Ryan, and St. Thomas Academy not too happy about that.
We'll get a face-off now to the left of Owen Ryan. 3 shutouts in his first 9 starts for this team, and there's a solid hit against the boards. And that knocked Miller down. He got up, then got knocked down again. Puck played out to center ice. Pedri is battling for it, and it's played back in. Edina taking off a delayed offside. And now back behind the net with 2.5 minutes to go. It's Tate Ertl. Far side, and the forecheck comes on to him immediately as it comes to the corner. Now back behind the net, and the Hornets get it in center, and it winds up off to the far boards, and after it there is Olsen. He's trying to play it out, and he does on his backhand finally, and it goes over the glass and out of play. So we'll get a face-off. Kurt Giles, the head coach of the Edina Hornets. I interviewed him back in 1991. when he was the captain of the North Stars, and they made that great run to the Stanley Cup Finals in 1991.
Nice.
Well, he wasn't the captain then. He was the captain afterwards, but he's played in the Stanley Cup Finals, and obviously great reputation as a defensive defenseman with the North Stars, and one of the last great practitioners of the hip check. Here's a shot right on from the face-off by Bennett Knutson on a face-off coming. But I don't think he's changed facial expression in probably 25 years. If you look at him, it's like, you've seen those memes on the internet where it's like, good thing, bad thing, good thing, bad thing, and a picture of this person.
They're all
They all
the
the same facial expression. Yeah, that would be Kurt Giles.
It's just a calm and collected guy.
Yes, he
Very
is.
consistent.
You know what? I can't imagine him angry, but if I ever did something to make him mad and I was a player, I wouldn't want to face it. I just have that feeling. Out to center, and it's shot in by Gus Olsen with 1:50 to go in the first period off to the far side. Now Molman in against the boards, plays it ahead, and then a crunching hit thrown in front of the net against Knutson. Now out to center ice, and the Hornets' White plays it out, and it winds up back in the St. Thomas Academy zone. And Tate Ertl goes back behind the net, banks it off the glass, makes his teammates duck, and it comes out to center ice, where it's turned back by Drew Botts to the blue line, and now St. Thomas Academy will shoot it on in. Bjorgard sticks a shot that was going wide off to the corner. And now Botts is in there against Brownshausen. And now cleared up the near side for White, and out to center. And now Molman feeds it across, and into the zone they come. White, well, that's a nice play. And he gets to the right edge before he's finally ridden off by Kronberg. And less than a minute to go as a rink-wide pass to center ice finds the mark, and the Cadets will flip in, looking there for McKinnon. Broken up there in the high slot, and now controlled by McKinnon in the slot, and Mikan takes a shot, saved by Bjorgard. And now behind the net, Becker Wenkus for Edina. Will play it around to the far side, and now Suter in the left corner lays it to the point, and it's held in. Brownshausen goes back down the wall. McKinnon has it there, and now does a little two-step against Brooks Suter. Now comes to the boards, still has it, and then leaves it. And maybe that wasn't such a good idea as the Hornets come out, and they're 3-on-2. As they come over the line on the right, McConnell has it in the circle. He shoots at, hit the defender. It came right back to him. Centering pass and a shot over the top. And Edina with a great chance there. And Tucker Johnson put it over the crossbar with 4 seconds to go. And that's the end of the first period. We have no score. And Brownshausen against Becker Wenkus as the buzzer goes. And your thoughts on this first period?
I think that Edina had quite a few, very promising rushes. And I think, it was a pretty even period, but Edina had quite a few chances that if they would have hit the net would have been, grade A opportunities.
All right, so we're going to take a break here after one period. Last game of the night, we're scoreless after one. The Tradition 2026 comes your way here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
All right, back at Dakota Arena, ready for the second period. Edina and St. Thomas Academy are scoreless. Olivia King, Jeff Pappas with you as
Edina 10 shots, St. Thomas Academy 8. We've had a good performance from both goaltenders here tonight. It's nice to watch two very dominant goaltenders who can control the game out here in a boys high school game.
All right, so the teams change ends and attack towards their benches in the second period. Owen Ryan to our left, Chase Bjorgard to our right, the present and the future, I guess you could say, with a freshman goaltender for St. Thomas Academy who is really impressing. And Chase Bjorgard off to our right. And we are ready to go. And from the face-off, McKinnon wins it over to the near side. Brownshausen bowled over from behind, and now here comes Edina in. Ryan makes the save and leaves the puck off for Gus Olson on the left. Tate Ertl on the right, now around and to the high slot. Finally picked up and carried, but not far by Mikan, who had to come back for it. Now a pass too far on the left, and Olson plays it in and wound up knocking a stick out of a teammate's hand. Maverick McKinnon. And now a hit thrown in against the boards and a hard one by Tucker Johnson against the defenseman Gus Olson. Now it comes up the slot. Botts takes the shot right on, and a save by Ryan. And 40 seconds into the period, Edina has a good scoring chance. Face-off coming up. Most of the games tonight in the state of hockey involving Class A schools. Northern Lakes over Chisago 6-5. East Grand over Detroit Lakes by 5-1. And the game's going on right now. Hey, Bemidji playing Elk River Zimmerman tonight, leading them 1-0. Now play in the St. Thomas Academy zone on the near side. They come off the wall, sharp angled shot and a save off Brady Peterson by Ryan. And Edina coming out physically here in the second period, a team that's always been known for finishing its checks. And it's now picked up by Roy, played out to center, and here is Peter Murray closing in. Murray lifts it over the top and cleared over to the far side. White and out to center where Kronberg has it. And now it takes a deflection off a stick and comes down to Murray at the center stripe, and now carrying in. Suter throws it across to the right for White, too far. And the Cadets to center. Rink wide ahead, no icing as it could have been played. Now back is Becker Wenkus feeding it out to center ice. McConnell over the line. And K. Waters takes him. Now the puck winds up against the boards behind the net. Centering pass picked off by the Cadets. And Edina coming out with a blitz here in the second period. Comes over to the far side, and Peterson against the boards takes a hit. Comes to the left point. Suter closing. Suter shooting, and that goes off the defender in front. Reed Smith. And out of the left point, another shot. That comes down. Follow-up chance, and that is loose in the crease, and it's underneath the goaltender as Jack Fitzgerald fishing around for a rebound that never came.
A good block shot there by Smith for St. Thomas Academy, and then a good cover by Ryan.
Reed Smith, 13 points on the season for St. Thomas Academy. Not bad numbers for the new year. And here we go with a face-off to the right of Owen Ryan. St. Thomas Academy and Moorhead tomorrow at noon. It'll be a terrific game. And now played into the Edina zone. Miller Wenkus plays it around on the far side, too far for Ben Vareka at center, and then played back in. Now out to center, Ben Vareka again shoots it in, and a save made by Ryan. Hey, put it right on the stick of the Edina player, and did they score a goal? The net came off. Edina thinks they've scored. And they're celebrating as if it's a goal. I never saw a signal from the referee. But a gift-wrapped goal for Jack Fitzgerald if it stands.
Definite error there by St. Thomas Academy. Just got a little mixed up, and then the puck wound up in the back of the net, but I'm not sure what the refs are going to call it.
Well, they're going to go to the penalty bench and talk about it. There's a reason that's known as the referee's crease, and that's where they are. And having a discussion, the referee behind the net never made a signal.
Yeah, no signal on the play, but the puck was definitely fully across the line.
But was the net off first? And I think that's what they're saying now, because Ryan rammed his foot into the post, tried to hold the post and knock the net off. No goal. Now Kurt Giles' face will change expression.
I will say that was a little bit of a surprising call. I think, it did get mixed up there, and the post inevitably did pop off, but that puck was definitely in the net.
I don't think there's any dispute that it was in the net. It's just a question of which came first, the chicken or the egg. Doesn't look happy. No goal. Oh, my goodness. And a face-off in the St. Thomas Academy zone. So Jack Fitzgerald denied the first goal of the game, and we'll get a draw to the right of Owen Ryan. McConnell shoots from the face-off off the traffic. Mikan chases after it, plays it ahead for Brownshausen, not quite far enough. And Tate Ertl drops it back now to the near side, and here come the Cadets over the line. McKinnon closing. He shoots. Save. Rebound. Sharp angled shot. And Brownshausen could not knock the rebound home, but he was right on the goal line. And now here comes McConnell back for Edina. Over the line. He shoots, and that goes wide. Long carom kicked down by Peckham, and it comes out to center. Sam Peckham for Edina plays it right back in. Kronberg for the Cadets off to the left side. Now a pass to the near wing and Brownshausen, and it goes the length. That'll be icing against St. Thomas Academy, who are fortunate to be still goalless.
And then they had a great chance there where, they got a good rebound but just weren't able to get it up and bury that puck.
We'll face off now to the left of Owen Ryan. And now played up the slot and bouncing. Finally, Miller-Wenkus plays it down, and now it winds up out to center. Nope, not quite. And that's Brady Peterson taking a shot and a save made by Ryan. And we'll get a face-off. 13:41 to go in the second period. Already controversy here in the last game as Edina denied a goal a few moments ago.
Edina with 15 shots and St. Thomas Academy with 8. So a little bit of a disparity there.
Well, it's 5-0 so far in the second period. And puck goes out of play. So we'll get another draw. Teams will change. And Pedri's line comes out now for St. Thomas Academy. He'll do battle with Brady Peterson in the face-off circle. And playing around behind the goal. Cadets get it there. They play to center ice. White can't play it. Murray latches on, comes over the line, and now Pedri takes a shot. And Bjorgard makes the stop. And now White barges into Pedri as they exchange email addresses behind the goal. I used to say Christmas card list. I don't think they do those anymore. Back in my day. We used to have to skate uphill both ways, and we liked it. And now controlled in the corner. Pedri after it, and he is knocked in against the boards by Molman. And the puck is wedged between the two of them. Now dug out and cleared up the wing, and here comes Edina out. Down the near wing, Peterson, and he is forced wide. And a finished check there from Cashill. Cleared around on the far side. It's going to be picked up, though, by Becker-Wenkus. He goes down. Puck picked up by the Cadets, and Pedri will lug it out to center ice. And then he gets knocked hard in against the boards by Alex White, and icing called to add insult to injury to St. Thomas Academy's night. And we'll go back for a draw with 12:53 left.
Edina has definitely had most of the possession here in the second period. I think we're seeing, a much different game than we saw in the first period.
Face-off coming up. And again, the far side wings having a hard time staying out of the circle. Everybody's trying for that advantage. Over to the far side, and Reed Smith tries to play it out and can't. And back behind the goal, a rink wide to the near side, and Powers plays to center. It's going to run into the Edina zone. It'll come on to Bjorgard, and there will be a stoppage. So that took off about 8 seconds. We can't get back. 12:37 to go in the second period. St. Thomas Academy still looking for its first shot on goal in this period.
Bjorgard doing a good job of getting those whistles when any pucks go near him for his team, and they're able to set up, win those faceoffs, and get it out of the defensive zone.
Now play controlled by the Hornets behind the goal. And they do a middle breakout, and here they come. And this is Tucker Johnson over the line. Shoots, and a save made by Ryan. Came out to challenge just a bit and made the stop.
A good opportunity there by Edina, able to cut to the middle, get right in the house and get a shot off, but Ryan just, he put it right in his chest, and Ryan just covered it and got the whistle.
I think we have to fix your microphone.
I know, my mic keeps falling. I'll just hold her.
Face off to the left of the goal. And now they'll toss out the centerman for the Cadets and drop it again. Now Peckham. He plays it wide. Rebound off the inboards picked up by Olsen. Brownshausen. McKinnon. Pass to the left and kicked ahead by Mikan. Peckham behind the Edina goal, and he is erased there along the board. Centering pass, and Brownshausen had to go off the heel of his stick on the one-timer. And now Drew Botts back down the wing for Donne, and he's over the line. And too far for Tucker Johnson. It goes behind the net, cleared off to the corner. And a bouncing puck will come to the right point, and Peckham takes the shot, and it's sticked over the glass by Ryan and out of play.
Ryan came out of the net and played that puck even with a lot of pressure from Edina. It's nice to see that kind of confidence from a young goaltender.
He looks beyond his years, because he's also big.
Yes. Very mature for a young goaltender, and he seems to be kind of the backbone of this game here for St. Thomas Academy.
All right, it'll be Murray to take the face-off against Molman, and now it's pulled back behind the net, and the Cadets try the near side. And McKinnon at center, and he plays it to himself, but then lost it along the boards. And now Brownshausen digging away, trying to win it, and finally it comes to the boards, and Edina will pick it up and rink wide, pass to center ice. Olsen battling there, and Edina coming in against the left post. An opportunity there for Alex White. And now cleared to the far side and up the middle, and here comes Peter Murray. And he lost it to his opposite number. White comes back the other way, and there's at least 6 players on the ice there.
Edina, too many man penalty coming here.
That was not what you would call a real good line change. First penalty of the game.
That's a tough penalty to take in a 0-0 game. So we'll watch Edina here on the penalty kill.
And it is going to be served by Fitzgerald. Time on the penalty is 5:55. Power play for St. Thomas Academy is 23%. You'd think it'd be better with that talent, but they are 7 for 30. Edina's penalty kill's been an issue. 24 for 38. That's 63%. And
so anything could happen.
Anything could happen, and it usually does, right? Now behind the net, clear to the near side, Brownshausen. And now picked up by McKinnon, and now shot ahead and kicked deep into the zone. And that's Becker Wenkus around on the boards as Brownshausen holds at the right point with a glove. Now down to the circle, and two Edina defenders over there as McKinnon starts to the slot. Now puts on the brakes, gives it to Brownshausen. Back to McKinnon, one time fanned on it. Comes to the far side, follow-up shot, hits the post by Mikan. And now to the near side, cleared, and a solid metallurgy save, the goaltender's best friend.
That's one of those moments where you kiss your post, say thank you.
And now over the line, Molman gets it for Edina, and will play it the length of the ice. Halfway through the power play, so St. Thomas Academy comes close. And now they play down the near wing. Pedri leaves a drop pass. McKinnon over to the left, and they gain zone entry. Now McKinnon up the slot. McKinnon drops to the left point, then gets it back on a return. Near side, Brownshausen tries to center, and that's blocked by Dubuque behind the goal. Comes loose at the right edge, and it's covered. And Murray took a poke and then ran for his life around the left post. He had a poke at it. You didn't like it when they slashed at your glove, I imagine.
No, and neither did my defenseman. I think they hated it even more. So Edina just being a little bit protective of their goalie there. Can't blame them.
It hurts too, doesn't it?
It does hurt. Hurts your wrist.
Yes. All right, face off to the right of the Edina goal. Bennett Knutson on the face off. 36 seconds on the power play. And Olsen circles back for the Cadets. Near side, here's Pakovsky. In the circle, drops it up the slot. And now over to Olsen again. He takes the shot. There's another post, and the rebound is trapped against it by Bjorgard. And a couple of solid goal posts for the Cadets here.
St. Thomas Academy getting quite a few really good chances here in the last few minutes. Hitting a few posts and being able to get in there and crash the net.
21 seconds of power play left, 9:26 to go in the second period. Shots on goal are 17-8. And St. Thomas Academy still doesn't have a shot on goal this period because they got two goal posts. So, can't win for losing sometimes.
And it's still a 0-0 game here.
Puck down and off to the boards. It's a backhander by Botts. Held in and now cleared the length of the ice.
Ryan able to get back there and set that puck up for his defenseman.
Now they start out, and here's Olsen. Pass to the left as the penalty comes to an end. A shot, there's your first shot on goal of the period. Bjorgard makes the save, and spilled behind the net was Reed Smith. .9:03 to go, so it takes almost 8 minutes to get the first shot on goal in this period. I don't think I remember a St. Thomas Academy team having that happen ever.
Yeah, and Edina is definitely leading in shots now.
Yes.
17 shots and to St. Thomas's 9.
Although if you listen to Tony, it's the most overrated stat in the game, and there's a shot knocked over the top of the net from Tate Ertl. And they get their second shot almost as quickly as their first. Now it's played back into the zone to the left, and two from each team go back there. Cadets come out with it, and now a saucer pass to the right off the boards, and trying to play it there was Nate Williams, and now Williams on top of an Edina player, White, in the zone, and now Molman. Penalty is coming, and it's going to go against the Cadets and I believe Nate Williams. Becker-Wenkus leaves it, and the Hornets are about to go on their first power play and play it into the Cadet zone. They will touch up in the corner with Ertl. No, they won't. How about Olsen? Okay, and now they touch the puck at 8:41. There will be a penalty against St. Thomas Academy. Now some pushing and shoving going on. And Edina will go on the power play. And heading to the penalty box, as we mentioned, is Nate Williams. Power play for the Hornets, 23%, 9 for 38. St. Thomas Academy's penalty kill has been almost immaculate, 25 out of 26. Interference is the penalty. And now Edina has the power play. And this is Brooks Suter into the slot. And he has it again. Suter. Tucker Johnson back to Suter. Shoots. Scores! Tucked it right over the shoulder. What a shot! And Brooks Suter makes it 1-0. Fifth goal of the season. It is a power play goal, and it's 1-0.
And you can see why Edina's power play is so dominant. I mean, just a few seconds into that power play and a beautiful goal there. Just put it right over Ryan's blocker side as he was trying to really get on that post and, you know, just left a little bit of room there, and Edina was able to sneak that past him.
That's about the only place that shot's going in the net, and it's perfectly placed by Suter. All right. The first punch in the mouth has been issued from Edina to St. Thomas Academy.
It only took a period and a half.
Becker, Winkus, and McConnell get assists. Only the 9th assist of the season for McConnell, who's got 22 goals. And now it comes out to center and played back in by Drew Botts. Back behind the goal. We're just past the halfway point, and the Hornets have a 1-0 lead. Now our outlet pass is picked up, and along the near boards, White plays it behind the net and still has it for the Hornets. Now he lets Peckham come through. Back behind, and Olsen for the Cadets will pick it up. Off to the far side and out to center. And here comes McKinnon over the line. Leaves a drop to the right. A shot by Brownshausen, and that is sticked away easily. Now comes to center, and here come the Hornets back. Alex White over the line, lays it back in front. Fitzgerald tied up and couldn't shoot. Now here's Olsen behind the goal. Feeds the left, and it's relayed to center, where Miller Winkus has control of it. Now Dubuque over the line. Plays it behind the goal and off to the far side where Ben Vareka has it. Now David Vareka along the boards loses it to Murray. And it's played to the line but not out. And David Vareka plays it back down behind the goal, and the goaltender out to clear, goes the opposite way. And now behind the net, the Hornets looking for a rebound, and it comes to the near side. Played down by Suter, comes in front, and right on, a save made by Ryan.
An impressive glove save there by Ryan from a shot right in the slot.
6:11 now to go in the second period. We'll draw to the left of Ryan. And now it's cleared past the defender Suter and all the way back. Closing ground quickly, Reed Smith, and now the puck comes off to the right where it's picked up by Becker. Winkus out to center. Johnson over the line, and the Cadets there. Johnson throws a hit and just bounced right off Gus Olsen in the left corner. Now played to the boards. Johnson tries to center for McConnell, and now it comes to the right point. Winkus works to his left and puts it wide. Now on the near side, St. Thomas Academy, long pass to the blue line and trying to play it out as Smith, and he gets blasted by Becker Winkus. Now here come the Cadets in over the line, and they play the puck down low. They're still wrestling, the two of them, and no penalty there as the puck comes behind the net. Now the Cadets try to feed the puck up the slot for Smith. That's broken up. And now at center ice, it's Johnson playing it ahead for the Hornets. And now a hit by McConnell. And that knocks Bennett Knutson down. Comes in front and onto the goaltender. Now we've got pushes. And again, as now we're starting to see it like last night as Edina and Holy Angels got involved in a few
tiffs
issues
last night.
Yes, a tiff. That's a good word.
We're definitely seeing that here in the second period a lot more than the first.
Things starting to warm up a little bit, and 5 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the second period. Shots 20-10 for Edina, so it's 10-2 here in the second period. It's been a good period for Edina. Now in against the boards on the far side, and Molman comes in and throws a hit. Four-car pile up there in the corner, now picked up by the Cadets, and they will play out. Less than 5 minutes to go, and here they come over the line. And circling back now is McKinnon. Whistle, and that's come off, I think. Got a signal for a face-off outside, or is that a crease violation? What do they
His
call?
helmet came off.
His helmet came, really? Okay.
So St. Thomas Academy will have a change here.
Didn't see that.
Just a few buckles undone.
Now, I suppose that counts, right? Face-off outside the Edina blue line, 4:40 to go in the second period, and now here is Botts at center. Backhands it ahead, and it comes deep into the St. Thomas Academy zone, and Tate Ertl behind the goal. Out the near side, Williams. Headman pass to center, and it's played in by Beckett Ertl, but it comes behind the net, and Bjorgard out to steer to the right, and finally played out to neutral ice. Tate Ertl again. Pakowski, and that's going to go all the way back, and no icing. Now played to Botts along the boards, and now the Cadets pick it up. A backhanded shot, save made off of Oliver Marvin by Bjorgard, and now it comes to the far boards. Players in from both teams going at it, and they'll scrape away along the boards. Now cleared around behind the net by Beckett Ertl. And St. Thomas Academy getting a change. Hornets come out. And it's played in by Marvin. He heads to the bench as Edina gets a change. 3.5 to go. Long pass to the near side. Tipped ahead. And we have a penalty coming against Edina, and it's going to go against Dylan Dubuque. I didn't see it. That part of the plexiglass is obstructed view here from our vantage point at Dakota Arena. A high stick is being called.
I did not see it either, but we'll see if St. Thomas Academy can get a little bit more lucky on this power play than their first.
Second power play for the Cadets, looking to get on the board, 1-0 with 3:30 to go in the second period. Now the puck is cleared to the point. High sticking is the penalty, as I mentioned. Here is McKinnon shooting. Oh, how did he see that through traffic? Good stop by Bjorgard with the stick. Now it comes out to center, and here's a race for it in the St. Thomas Academy zone, and Brownshausen with a full head of steam comes over the line and feeds the left. And the Cadets to the high slot. Here's a shot. Bjorgard suck out the pad on Miken's shot. And now controlled by Brownshausen. He goes to McKinnon, and it gets past him and comes back out to center. So Cadets have to reset. 1:20 in the power play. Maverick McKinnon over the line. Plays it down, and Murray goes after it. Comes around to the near side and a race for it along the near boards, and it's cleared rink wide by Tucker Johnson. Halfway through the power play, 2:33 to go in the second period, 1-0 Edina. As the puck played rink wide to center ice. And now here's Brownshausen. He will gain zone entry with 54 seconds to go in the power play. Comes to the boards and stops. Now throws it across. Miken, one-timer. McKinnon. Now a chance in front. Bjorgard out to challenge. Saves on Brownshausen. And he has it back. Brownshausen now weaves to the slot and fires. And that goes off the traffic and wide. Murray now to the far side. And here's McKinnon. He goes back over to the left. Made some space for his teammate. Shot. Bjorgard saves. Murray poked at the rebound and couldn't get there. And now with 25 on the power play, it's dug out and fed around on the boards. Miken now to the high slot. McKinnon over to the near side. Brownshausen closes. Brownshausen shoots. Save. Rebound in front. And it's controlled by Fitzgerald. And he shoots at the length of the ice. Boy, they stood tall in that penalty kill there as St. Thomas Academy put good pressure on.
An impressive penalty kill there, especially by Edina's goaltender to be able to see through those screens and make quite a few big saves for Edina.
Now they come back in over the line. Roy to the slot. He shoots, and that goes off of Drew Botts and trickles out to center ice. Penalty's over. 1:19 to go in the second period. Shot in. And here's a steal by Roy. And he plays it down, and it winds up going over the glass and out of play with 70 seconds to go in the second period.
What a good kill there by Edina. They were really able to box out and keep STA from getting quite a few, prime chances.
Good puck movement. by the Cadets, but the goal, of course, is to put the biscuit in the basket.
Definitely.
Face off to the right of the Edina goal with 1:10 left in the period. And now the Hornets try to break out, but they can't clear the zone. Played back down into the left corner, swept around by Suter to the near side, and now flipped in the air to center. Last minute of play as Tate Ertl plays it down with a glove and gets buried by a check against the boards on the near side by David Vareka. Now behind the net, here's Gus Olsen. Banked up the boards, and now another hit by Becker Wenkus as Edina is starting to dial up the physicality here with 40 seconds to go in the period. Long pass to center, tipped in by Donne. And it'll go behind the Cadets net, off to the far side. And Gus Olsen plays it ahead. Now rink wide to the near side. And picked up finally by Knutson and played in. Now here's a chance, a centering pass. Looking there for Reed Smith. Powers was in a bit deep. And now it comes out to center ice. So the Cadets trying to make something happen. And there's a hit thrown against the boards by McConnell against Lane Powers. And it comes back deep into the Hornets zone with 10 seconds to go in the period. Now the forecheck getting on to the defenseman, Becker Wenkus, and he'll just finally sweep it to the corner as the period comes to an end. We played 2 here at Dakota Arena. Edina has the narrowest of leads. It's 1-0, and they outshoot the Cadets 10-6 in the second period. Your thoughts?
I think if, STA wants to get back in this, they are going to have to start throwing pucks on net and trying to, get goals that may not be super skillful, but get those greasy ones. So we'll see how the third period goes.
All right, let's take a break here. We played 2 at Dakota Arena. It is 1-0 Edina, and we'll be back with the third next here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
party.
Could. I'm seated. You've never seen him on the other. Third period. And we're getting a little slap happy here at Dakota Arena for the third period. 1-0 Edina on top. The only goal of this game off the stick of Brooks Suter on the power play at 9:05. Olivia King, Jeff Pappas, y'all.
It's
Glad to have you
okay.
all.
It is. It's Friday,
It is Friday.
and this is the 4th game of the day.
It is.
So,
Do you know, by the end of tomorrow, I will have called 19 hockey games in the last 5 days.
wow, that is impressive. I can't believe you have a voice.
Well, that's
I guess
why-
we'll see by tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not over yet, but that's why I asked Justin to turn on my headphone volume in the first game. One of the
Smart.
tricks you learn in this is that when you can hear your voice, you don't force it as much.
Very smart.
At least I don't. Gus Johnson never got that memo. As an example. All right, we are ready to go with the third period. Teams back to the benches, and we'll see what St. Thomas Academy has up their sleeve, as they have been stymied so far by Chase Bjorgard, looking for his first shutout of the season, and Edina's first shutout of the season, for that matter.
Do you believe in the jinx?
No. Well, why would I? Actually, of course I do. I was talking just yesterday about a team that only allowed, say, 3 goals in the last couple of games, and then there was an immediate goal. I mean, it's just it's a real thing. I'm superstitious enough to believe it.
It is a real thing. I'm a goalie, so
Yeah, well,
I got to be that way.
There are no more superstitious people in the world than goaltenders, are there?
Exactly. Some people say goalies are weird.
Okay, tell me about, you have a pregame tradition. Tell me about it, if you have one.
Oh, in high school I was a little crazy. I lost it a little bit in college, but in high school I would not talk to anybody. I was just in my own world before the game.
Now the play is in the St. Thomas Academy zone. Tate Ertl in the right corner. He goes to the boards along with 3 other players. And amazing how hard that puck is to move sometimes when the official says move it. Now it's Edina picking it up. They'll come out the near side. And it's Tucker Johnson. Now down behind the net for Donne, and he is taken out hard. Picked up by Brownshausen. And he clears to the half boards, but no farther. And now cleared around behind the net by Edina's Donne. Off to the near side, and again, it's St. Thomas Academy trying to break out, and again they can't as Molman holds the zone. Now the Cadets spinning there at the blue line. McKinnon trying to make it. He still can't get out of the zone. And now played ahead, finally to center ice. McKinnon over the line, and it's offside. In one of the later calls, now we have another collision behind the net as McKinnon first hit Wenkus, and we'll get a face-off at neutral ice.
This is a very close game. I wouldn't be surprised if things do get increasingly spicy out here.
Yeah, I suppose if you're a coach, you're looking at it and you're saying, you know, why would you take the risk of the penalty? But at the same time, you have dignity at stake, I suppose. And here's Kronberg behind the goal for the Cadets. Up the near side, and a pass to center ice. Play to the Edina line. And now at center, Molman feeds it over to the left, and now back into the Cadets zone. Cashill off to the near side. And Kronberg out to center. Picked up there by Wenkus, and more stuff going on behind the play. As Kronberg got tangled up with Ben Vareka. Now over the line, a shot and a stick save by Ryan off to the near boards. And the Cadets will pick it up and carry out. Down the wing, Roy. Over the line, Roy to the slot. Now a follow-up shot, and that one winds up going over the glass and out of play off the stick of Peter Murray. 11 goal scorer for St. Thomas Academy so far. Face off to the left of Bjorgard. 14:59 to play in the third period. 1-0. Hornets continue to lead. Face off to the right point, and here's a shot by K. Waters, and somehow Bjorgård saw that one through traffic as well. A rising shot and a face-off.
Sometimes people say that the puck is a beach ball, and sometimes they say it's a golf ball. Tonight, for Edina's goaltender, it is definitely a beach ball. He is seeing everything through screens, through traffic. It does not matter.
What happens when it's a .22 caliber bullet?
Then you better get off the ice. You might get pulled that game.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough night to be in nets, I suppose, when it's that fast. Now out to center, played on by Pekovsky, and now into the Edina zone. And body's starting to fly around now as it's off to the far side for Fitzgerald for Edina. And he lugs it out, gives it up at center to Reed Smith. Back into the Edina zone. And now Dubuque behind the goal, feeds it to the near side. And it comes out to center. Lead pass for Fitzgerald in over the line. Breaking for the net was Dane, and he could not get the puck to him. Now banked off the glass and out to center ice, picked up and now down the wing. And a shot, they score!
Wow, what a beautiful goal there by St. Thomas Academy. I think my jaw hit the floor.
Lane Powers overpowers the goaltender with a rising slap shot. St. Thomas Academy on the board. Third goal of the season for Powers.
I mean, what do you do there? That was a very fast incoming shot.
It's a .22 caliber bullet.
Exactly, we jinxed him.
Well, yes.
That's all right.
We know
we have a good game here tonight, 1-1.
Now here comes Brownshausen, he shoots, and Bjorgård stopped that one. So he'll get the assists on this. And K. Waters gets the assist, comes in front, and the Hornets come back out. Pass down the near wing for Dane. He's over the line, and he can't play it past the defender on that side, Gus Olsen. And now here they come again over the line. Mikan on the near side. That pass in his skates, has to come back for it. Olsen back down the wall, and it comes to the circle. McKinnon, as he falls, centers it, and a shot winds up going off the traffic from Mikan. Now rink wide to McConnell at center. Is that a quiet game so far? And now into the zone. Picked up and lugged out to center ice on the near side by McKinnon. Back in the zone, and here's White. Working there against Tate Ertl. White centers it, and it comes to the far side. Follow up, here's a shot, they score! Mullman! And it's 2-1 Edina. Brady Mullman picks up his second goal, and Edina's right back in front.
Mullman put it right over Ryan's glove side shoulder to make this game 2-1.
So Edina tied up for less than a minute. The goals come 57 seconds apart. Powers from K. Waters for St. Thomas Academy, and now Mullman for Edina to make it 2-1.
What a great response by Edina, and a super quick response at that.
Suter and White get assists at 3:56, and the Cadets now chase the game again. Here's Pedri at center, and he plays it into the zone. Going back for it will be Suter behind the net, and cleared around to the far side for Becker Wenkus. Here comes Edina, a long pass to the near wing, tipped ahead by White and into the zone. That's actually, he didn't tip it, so it's icing. So 12:34 to go. 2-1, both teams have scored here in the third period. Less than a minute apart.
More action in the past few minutes than we've seen all game.
Yeah, they're opening up. Now in the circle, and it goes right through the slot area. Reed Smith tried to play it ahead, and now it's played back out to center ice. And here come the Cadets in over the line as Lane Powers bowled over from behind as it's into the Edina zone. Fitzgerald on the left. And he goes up the boards out to center, and K. Waters has it for the Cadets, turns it back. Loose at neutral, now play it on into the zone, and K. Waters can't play it. It comes all the way back, and Kronberg has to come help him. Now Kronberg behind the net to the far side. Powers can't clear. Here's a shot, and it winds up going wide off the traffic to the near side. Ben Varecka for Edina. Going to go to David behind the goal. Now cleared off the boards, and Dubuque steps up and throws a hit. And two players tangled up, Kronberg and Ben Verrecka. And they just now rejoin the play into the Cadets zone. A centering pass blocked by Verrecka, and it comes up and out to center ice. Johnson over to the far side. It's by a sweep check from Murray, and now here comes Tucker Johnson over the line. Johnson centers, and that's blocked on its way to McConnell. And now the Cadets break out 3-on-3. They come to the near side. Murray over the line, cuts to the slot. Murray shoots, and he's over the top. And Murray again, as the defense just sagged right off him and gave him space there. Now to the near side, it's controlled by Edina. They carry out, and here is Donne over to the left for McConnell, and it comes back behind the Cadets' goal off to the near side. At center, here they come, and Marvin plays it into the zone and heads for the bench as they get a change. 10:49 left, a 2-1 game for Edina. Now a pass to the near side, and this is Donne over the line, laying it down. The goaltender out to play it, and runs into his defenseman. Now comes to the near side, and the Cadets break out, and here they come. Here is McKinnon over the line. McKinnon, a drop pass, save, and a good shot by Brownshausen, stopped. Now comes to the right point, and Tate Ertl plays it down behind the net. And they'll go for it in the near corner. And McKinnon back to the point. Shot by Olsen goes off the defender in front, Botts. And now cleared out to center ice where the Cadets have it, and they're waiting to get into the zone. McKinnon waits for Brownshausen and now feeds him over the line. Brownshausen looks to center, and he wound up hitting the outside of the goal on a shot that went out of play. So 10:03 to go, 2-1 Edina.
St. Thomas Academy definitely not giving anything up here. They're being very strong and, trying to get as many chances as they can against a good Edina team in the last, 10 minutes of this very close game.
High face-off to the left of the Edina goal. Loose in a circle, and now behind the net. He's still contested along the near boards. And played to Olsen. Can't see the net, plays it behind. And Bennett Knutson after it now for St. Thomas Academy with Becker Wenkus. Plays it ahead down the left, and Edina coming in. White breaking for the net, and it's offside on the right. Alex White with a good idea to cut to the net, but he was ahead of the play, and will get a face-off at neutral. And the puck out to center. Here's Molman. Was the go-ahead goal. Now over to the near side for Becker Wenkus. And he shoots it in. And it's not going to be an icing call? Yes. They didn't cut him a break there at center ice, certainly. And the face-off back into the Edina zone to the right of Bjorgard. Pedri out there for the Cadets. Take this face-off, and actually he won't take the face-off. Molman against Murray now. No, not Murray. Marvin. Marvin wins the draw. Kronberg shoots. Saved by Bjorgard through traffic. He sticks it off to the corner. Pedri after it, and he's taken in by two green shirts against the wall. And finally it's dug out and played out to center ice. Kronberg back for it for the Cadets. 9:11 to go. Pass to the near side, tipped in by Marvin. And Becker Wenkus chased there. Now tries the short way up the boards, and it's picked up by Molman. And he rink wides it into the Cadet zone to the right. Kronberg will go after it in the right corner, leaves it there. And now an outlet pass up the wall will be held in by White at the point. And now played back down. And the Cadets will try the right side. They bring the puck to center ice and finally tipped into the zone. And the Cadets trying to clear, but in the way is David Verrecka. Now here's Fitzgerald behind the goal. Comes out the near side. Centers. Oh, and it came right through to the far side. Here's Ben Vareka again. And goes in against the boards. Vareka's lost one of his gloves. Has to come back. Here's a turnover down low and poked away finally before David Vareka could shoot. Now at the right point, played down by Becker Wikas. And behind the net. And rubbed out there. David Vareka off to the left point. Suter plays it down. Kronberg. And he can't get out. There's Suter, and he can't hold it. Comes all the way back into the Edina zone. And Becker Wikas back into the corner. Edina finishing up a change. He sidesteps Brownshausen. Now a long pass up the middle is intercepted by Olsen. And then he knocks a man in against the boards hard. I didn't see who that was. I think it was McConnell. And now played rink wide by the Cadets and into the Edina zone briefly. Turned back by Peckham. And now Mikan brings it in over the line and loses to Tucker Johnson. Long pass to center. Nice skate stop there. And now loose at the line. Finally, the Hornets pick it up and drop back into their zone. Peckham from center shoots it in. And now it's picked up by McKinnon. The rink-wide pass into the Cadets' end. And now it's going to be held on the line. Turn around and played right back down deep. And K-Waters with 7:10 to go behind the goal. 2-1. Hornets leading. Now a pass to the right, and St. Thomas Academy a pass to center down the near side, and that's going to go the length and not icing as behind the goal Reed Smith after it. And now trying to fish it out is McKinnon. He does get it. McKinnon comes out, and now he comes to the slot, fires, and a save by Bjorgard with the blocker. Off to Gus Olsen on the hash mark. He fires, save Bjorgard, rebound up the slot, does not get cleared. And Tate Ertl takes a shot. That's stopped by Bjorgard. Comes to the near side. And now a cross-ice pass. They score!
Wow, and that is just a testament to putting everything on net. St. Thomas Academy gets a great goal, a backdoor goal there after a few shots.
And the goal for Reed Smith. And that is his 6th goal of the season. And we're tied up at 2. Time of this goal is 10 minutes and 26 seconds. Tied at 2. And a great pass to set him up.
And the Cadets, having trouble in that second period getting shots. Well, now they're leading shots 24-22.
A lot of pushing there on the face-off between Suter and Smith. Knutson and Olsen get assists, and we will bid farewell to Olivia as she heads down for the post-game interviews. And now you're stuck with me the rest of the way as the puck at center ice, and we have a whistle. St. Thomas Academy player tangled up in the Edina bench. And we're going to get a penalty. Dylan Dubuque heading off to the penalty box for Edina, and I think that, now it's going to go both ways. So Bennett Knutson going, and he doesn't care for it. And now he's yapping away at Dylan Dubuque. 10:49 the time of the penalties. No penalties at all in the first period in this game. Get the announcement. Holding is the penalty on both players. And now the Cadets, Olsen at the left point, steps around. And now we'll take it. Sharp angled shot. Bjorgard made the save, and the puck cleared off of Murray and out to center ice. 5.5 to go in the third period. 2-2 the score. Here's Murray. Throws it up the slot. It's deflected, and Olsen has to hustle out to center ice for it. Olsen finally throws it across. And loose at center. Tipped back into the zone by Ben Vareka. And it's touched there by Becker Wikas. Now played to the left corner, and Edina will start up. They have a player behind the defense, Ben Vareka, and he was not able to get to the puck in time. Now picked up by Cashill behind the goal. He lost it, and a centering pass by Vareka to Fitzgerald. Now Vareka again loses it. It comes to the far boards, and the Cadets clear to center with 4:50 to go. And over the line they come. And this is Brooks Suter. And he can't bring the puck as Kronberg loads up and hits him in against the boards. Now cleared around on the wall and controlled by McConnell. A shot that sails high and wide. Now Donne going behind the net and comes out the near side. Drops to the right point. Becker Wenkus there. And it comes free. And a drop pass for Wenkus winds up in the corner for McConnell. He's taken in against the boards by Cashill. And now behind the net, puck comes around to the far side and controlled by Suter, but out to center come the Cadets, and they break in down the wing. Here's a toe drag. Oh, McKinnon almost got in front of the net, and it was finally ridden off at the last moment by David Vareka. And now the Cadets have it. Now a rink-wide pass, and McKinnon will not be able to catch up to that, and that's an icing call with 3:59 to go. Cadets shooting the Hornets 25-22, so Edina's had only 2 shots in the third period. And the Cadets have had 11. And we're going to get a timeout called with 3:59 left. I'm not sure which team took it. I didn't see the official signal, so. Thank you. St. Thomas Academy takes the timeout with 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go. Tomorrow's last day schedule here at Dakota Arena. At noon, it'll be St. Thomas Academy against Moorhead, which again should be terrific. And then at 2:30, Holy Angels play Shakopee. Cretin-Durham Hall and Edina at 5. And then the last game, Lakeville North taking on Prior Lake, 2 teams that are both looking for their first victories at this event. Face-off will be in the Cadets zone to the right of Owen Ryan. And the Hornets control Peckham. One-time shot on the way, and that's blocked off the stick of Botts with under 4 minutes left. And the puck to center ice. And over the line, here's Murray. Cutting to the slot. Murray now puts it towards the goal. It dribbles off his blade, and Bjorgard covers up. So if you can't make it out here to check out your favorite team, of course, all these games tomorrow on the Youth Hockey Hub YouTube channel for a total of 0 Hoogans. The best price ever. McKinnon on the face-off. Brownshausen pokes it to the left point. Olsen fires. That's off the traffic. Puck play to the high stick and then not touched by the Cadets as it comes out to center ice. Loose in the circle. And Brownshausen plays it ahead. Now forechecking. Loose right on the line. And clear to the right and over the line they come as Donne drops it to McConnell. And then McConnell is dropped in the corner. Puck winds up towards the right point and finally dribbles out. At center ice. Turned back in by Botts for Edina. Now McConnell down low and a shot by White, and that goes through the crease. 3:10 to go. Clear to the near side, and here's Mikan over the line for the Cadets. Mikan gets up, puts an ankle breaker on the defender. Now here's a chance for McKinnon. He goes in on the backhand, comes around, and circles back against Wenkus. Comes back behind the goal looking for help. Has Mikan in front, doesn't see him. And now it's off to the left point, and that's just a terrific play by Alex White to stay with McKinnon all the way around that circumnavigation. And now here comes Alex White. Plays it in front. K-Waters will take it behind the goal with 2:39 left. Comes out the near side. And now down the wing comes Smith. Reed Smith leaves a drop pass. Centering pass is blocked as Knutson tried to thread it through. And here come the Hornets back. Over the line, a shot right on. And Owen Ryan making the save against Brady Peterson. 2:23 left. Face off to the right of the St. Thomas Academy goal. K-Water is behind the goal for Pekovsky. Up the near side, and it comes out to center. Here's Pekovsky again. Pass on the right wing, and they break in. Pedri going after it, and he takes Becker-Wenkus to the boards, and the puck contested. Pedri then throws it back behind the net. Clearing attempt held by K-Waters. No, it hops his stick and comes out to center, and Pekovsky comes back for it with less than 2 minutes to go in the third period. Pass is tipped in by Marvin, and it goes behind the net. Bjorgard there, and cleared around. Suter, long pass to the near side. Dane over the line, and he cuts to the slot. Poke checked away from him and from McKinnon as the puck comes down, and it's controlled by Suter. And it's taken out by Olsen, now trapped against the post by Ryan, and we'll get a face-off with 1:36 left in the third period. Wouldn't it be fitting if the last game goes to overtime here tonight? Has been a well-played game, certainly. 25-23 shots for the Cadets. And they control from the faceoff. Olsen, long pass to the right, and that's going to be icing as that was not touched. And right back we go with 1:28 left. One of the great hockey movie songs of all time. Right back where we started from, Maxine Nightingale from Slapshot. Now behind the goal, here is Gus Olsen off to the far side, and it's tipped out, but over the boards by Brownshausen. And we'll get another face-off back in the Cadets' end with 1:22 to go. Margin for error dwindling rapidly here. And on the far side, Brownshausen tries to play it ahead. It's picked off. Cadets come in front, and one pass too many, perhaps, as McKinnon starts back. Looking for Mikan. Has him at center. Mikan plays it into the zone with 1:05 to go. Now Peckham in the corner. Cleared around to the near side. Olsen trying to pinch, and it comes out to center ice. Cadets have it there. Last minute of play. Tate Ertl has it. Last minute of play. Now a long pass to the right from Olsen and over the line. Cutting to the slot. McKinnon with a great move and then forgot the puck. It's cleared all the way back as McKinnon got a hold of it and iced it. So we'll get a face-off with 47 seconds to play. Face-off to Bjorgard's left. Pedri along the boards. Having trouble there. Now getting some help from his friends, and the puck eventually will be freed with 35 seconds to go. And now Marvin trying to play it, and the Hornets come out. Pass down the wing. Here's Alex White breaking in, and a nice defensive play by Kronberg to take it off him. And now Becker-Wenkus back in his zone. He's pursued by Marvin, puts on the brakes, and feeds the near side. Now White to center, and over the line they come with 17 seconds to go. Bouncing puck to the near side, controlled by Mullman, and then cleared around right of the slot, and a shot by Peterson taken by Ryan. And again, pushes and shoves as White gets into it with the St. Thomas Academy defenders, and we'll get a face-off with 10 seconds to go in the third period in a 2-2 game. Tucker Johnson facing off for Edina, and they drop the puck. They'll do that again without the centerman for St. Thomas Academy. And now it'll be Peter Murray to take the draw. And it's picked up by McConnell with 6 seconds to go. Loose against the boards and out to center, and that'll do it for 3 periods of play here from Dakota. Edina scores once, St. Thomas Academy twice. 3-minute break, and we'll go to overtime. The last game of the night here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Back for overtime here at Dakota Arena. Shots in the third period, 11-4 for St. Thomas Academy, 25-24 Cadets for the game. 8 minutes on the board, and we are back underway. And St. Thomas Academy over the line. They'll cut to the slot, and a drop pass is intercepted before it can get to McKinnon. And the Hornets come out, and they're 3-on-2 as they're over the line. A centering pass. McConnell shoots, and he might have caught the post. Rebound in front, and a save made by Ryan. Puck shot the length of the ice right on to Bjorgard. So right away, Bodie McConnell makes his presence felt. He has not gotten on the score sheet. He had an assist on the first goal, but hasn't scored tonight, obviously. And now played on into the zone, and a hit thrown there by Sam Peckham. And that kind of buckled over Mikan as the puck shot the length of the ice, and that's icing on Edina with 7:19 to go. Face-off coming up in the Edina zone now to the right of Bjorgard, who has made 24 saves on 26 shots. Pedri on to take the face-off against Molman. And up the slot it comes, and unable to pull the trigger there is Murray. Puck too close to his body, and now played on into the zone. And Edina chasing after it. They'll gain it and play out to center ice. Molman a pass to the right, and that's intercepted. Played ahead by Pekovsky, and now into the Edina zone to the right, and it's going to be controlled by Brooks Suter behind the goal. He goes the other way, and a rink-wide pass to center ice. And that is played back into the zone. There's a chance, a shot, a save made. Follow up on the near side by Peterson. Can't get there. Here's White shooting. And he scores! Alex White puts it off on Ryan's glove and into the net after a minute and 16 seconds of overtime. And Edina wins. They're 9-3. St. Thomas Academy 9-3-1. And Alex White with the winning goal. His third of the year. So Edina wins it. And Brady Peterson gets the assist, and Edina wins it over St. Thomas Academy 3-2 in bonus hockey. And Edina with 3 shots in the overtime for a game total of 27. And St. Thomas Academy won for a total of 26. Well, that finishes a great second day here at the Heritage Invitational and presented by the Tradition Companies. And we thank you for the your kind attendance and viewership tonight. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. Our first game is St. Thomas Academy in Moorhead, right at noon. Jeff Pappas for our whole crew saying thanks. We'll see you tomorrow here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com.